In many places, the sun is upon us, it's rising or it's out. So it's a good time to begin. This is the Society of Luminaries, and we're going to get into this PSYOPS and the Matrix.
Now, it's because
you are not intelligent.
They wasn't ready for this back then. They probably not ready for it now. Those that sleep forever gonna be sleep. Those that woke, woke.
Yo soy la reencarnación de Tupac Amaru.
Wait, what?
De Tupac Amaru.
Tupac.
Yo soy la reencarnación de Tupac Amaru.
That's lit.
De Tupac Amaru.
Gang. Each one takes time to succeed. This one is dedicated for the children of the sun. Each one takes time to succeed. This one is dedicated for the children of the sun.
They sold us the illusion of democracy and freedom. Now they worry that my music has the power of healing. Unleashing all the demons fed through TV and through lies. They rule by secrecy, why do you think justice blind?
Each one takes time to succeed. This one is dedicated for the children of the sun. Each one takes time to succeed. This one is dedicated for the children of the sun.
They sold us the illusion of democracy and freedom. Now they worry that my music has the power of healing. Unleashing all the demons fed through TV and through lies. They rule by secrecy, why do you think justice blind?
Each one takes time to succeed. This one is dedicated for the children of the sun. Each one takes time to succeed. This one is dedicated for the children of the sun.
Soy la reencarnación de Tupac Amaru.
That's hot.
De Tupac Amaru.
That's hard.
Yo soy la reencarnación de Tupac Amaru.
Too real.
De Tupac Amaru.
I know you've been patiently waiting, miseducated, anxiously aching for a blue eye to say it, but I'ma do you a favor. Unlearn what you've learned. The proof is on fire. Let that motherfucker burn. Babylon's on fire. The devil's a liar. They know that they time's up. So rise up and rise up.
Yo soy la reencarnación de Tupac Amaru.
That's fire.
De Tupac Amaru.
More fire.
Yo soy la reencarnación de Tupac Amaru.
That's lit.
De Tupac Amaru.
Gang. Each one takes time to succeed. This one is dedicated for the children of the sun. Each one takes time to succeed. This one is dedicated for the children of the sun.
They sold us the illusion of democracy and freedom. Now they worry that my music has the power of healing. Unleashing all the demons fed through TV and through lies. They rule by secrecy, why do you think justice blind? They sold us the illusion of democracy and freedom. Now they worry that my music has the power of healing. Unleashing all the demons fed through TV and through lies. They rule by secrecy, why do you think justice blind?
Soy la reencarnación de Tupac Amaru.
Hold up.
De Tupac Amaru.
Wait, what?
Yo soy la reencarnación de Tupac Amaru. De Tupac Amaru.
Okay.
Is there a crisis in the United States when it comes to mental health issues? Absolutely.
Just a test. Microphone. Hello. Please listen to my demo. This whole world is a ghetto.
Or is this world a mental hospital? Or is this world a mental hospital?
Insane asylum, crazy house, loony bin. Or is it a prison? This world's a mental hospital. Or is it a plantation? This world's a mental hospital. Or is it a farm? This world's a mental hospital. Or is it a program?
Let me tell you something.
The first law,
It's all mental.
prepare
For the winter.
for survival. And these rifles, we ain't gonna speak about it. If you knew better, then you do better. That there just ain't said. It's the frequency and the energy. That's just how we rock. I spit this game, crystal clear. Social distance, don't come near. I've been at this social distancing even before I was a teen. Even before it became a thing. We just called it sucker free. My Our folks just called it sucker free. The streets just called it sucker free. This is just a test. This is just a what? Microphone check 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. Hello, hello, hello. This is just a test. This is just a who? Microphone check 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. Hello, hello, hello. This is just a test. 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 Please listen to my demo. This whole world is a ghetto.
Or is this world a mental hospital?
I'm your host here in Insane Asylum World.
The mental hospital. Or is it a prison?
The whole world's crazy.
The mental hospital. Or is it a plantation?
All of us are
The
nuts.
mental hospital. Or is it a farm?
The whole world's crazy.
The mental hospital. Or is it a program?
All of us are nuts.
The mental hospital. Or is it a school?
The whole world's crazy.
The mental hospital. Or is it a battlefield?
All of us are nuts.
The mental hospital. Or is it a hell?
The whole world's crazy.
The only thing that's gonna get you to leave this place is love.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Love is the key. That's why we have to learn what love is, how, and why to love. Back in the days, I thought, that speaking of love wasn't manly or wasn't this or that. But now I understand that it might be the most revolutionary act there is. That's why so many guides, prophets, scriptures have talked about these things. But we're still learning. We're still growing, and that's okay. Enjoy the ride, enjoy the process, and it is what it is. The important thing is that in these days and times, we are setting the tone for what's to come. We are changing the narrative, and that's very important because what we are talking about in these PSYOPs is how external forces know about these things, and they can manipulate us through these external forces that we have no idea about. Just to touch or give an example is my personal testimony that when I was reading about the psychology of colors, I must have been really blinded. I was much younger. We could call it a child, where I never realized that all the fast food joints, they all had the same color. They were all sharing in one way or another the same colors. And I never realized that. I never realized that McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Jack in the Box, etc., and all around the world were sharing the same colors. That blew my mind. And that there is the example of a PSYOPS operation. Other people using a certain knowledge to manipulate you to do certain things in a certain way or at a certain time. That's the reason why children must be protected. Many parents have great intentions. Many parents love their children, but many parents are the result of psychological operations. We all are. The basic a basic fundamental, or the basic fundamental of psychology, is we are all products of our environment. So we need to, because a lot of people understand. See, the goal or purpose of this channel and these discussions, and ultimately, because we're still working and growing, is not to have a better understanding. No, it's to overstand. It's to understand things at a deeper, or at the deepest level necessary for our long-term success. But it seems like we're still skimming, um the surfaces of certain topics. So a lot of people understand the basic, that we are products of our environment. I would raise the question, well, if we are products of our environment, who is controlling who is controlling these environments that we are product of? And that's where the matrix come in, the architects, the ones who got deeper knowledge and do things for their purposes, their goals, or their gains. In the movie The Matrix, remember when they're training Neo, he's they put him in the streets, and then that girl in the red dress appears and walks by, and Morpheus tells him that right there, that girl in the red dress, is a PSYOPS operation. That's why she got the red dress. So hopefully, this reaches the right people. I would love to say this is for everyone, but it seems like everyone don't want to hear these things. So I am not here to force, because I think it's something that needs to be heard. Nah. But for the right people, or for the right person, this message will resonate in them, or spark certain thought or emotions that will lead to greatness, that would lead to a positive outcome in the near, medium, and long-term future. We are really doing what needs to be done on a daily basis. That's why, you know, we're up on an early morning with the sun barely rising, birds starting to chirp, and the world of the light is among us. So let us take advantage and let us proceed. So we're going to continue, like I said, this psychological operations, and it says the United States. I think that's very pertinent that's there. So in the previous installments, we read products, the great psyops, the black psyops, with the media are involved, communications. Now we're going to read the process. We mentioned earlier about the process. It says, in order to create a successful PSYOP, the following must be established. And there are 10 steps. So pay attention. We were talking about the environment. Well, this is part of that. So remember, this is just the basic Wikipedia information. Anybody can get a hold of it, I guess, because depending where in the world you're at, these pages might be censored or limited or changed. So hopefully the point of this is we're reading and learning together. Basic information. Some of us might or might not know this or that, but we're trying to set a tone for bigger and better and deeper understanding in the future. In order to create a successful PSYOP, the following must be established. Number one, clearly define the mission so that it aligns with national objectives. This this is exactly what many of us want to do. It just gets deep, and to for different people it's going to sound different things because everyone's at different understandings. Everyone has different educations, and also everyone has a different purpose on this life. Number two, need a PSYOP estimate of the situation. Number three, prepare the plan. Number four, media selection. Number five, product development. Number six, pre-testing determines the probable impact of the PSYOP on the target audience. Just to let it be known, you are the target audience. It says here, it's the enemy. Well, I don't want to say that you are the enemy, but to them, you are the target audience. Number seven, production and dissemination of PSYOP material. Number eight, implementation. Nine, post testing, evaluates audience responses. And number 10, feedback. If you're a consumer, if you're buying anything, food, material, if you're going to the store, you are a PSYOPS um, participant, whether you know it or you don't. That's not here nor there. We're just right now reading what it is. What it is. Before these steps can occur, intelligence analysis must profile potential targets in order to determine which ones it would be most beneficial to target. In order to figure this out, analysis must determine the vulnerabilities of these groups and what they would be susceptible to. See, they've studied you a lot. They have a lot of information for generations while we're still reading the basics, a Wikipedia page, but it is what it is. But we will rise. The analysis also determined the attitudes of the targets toward the current situation, their complaints, ethnic origin, frustration, languages, problems, tension, attitudes, motivations, and perception, and so on. Once the appropriate targets have been determined, the PSYOP can be created. Yeah, this is very interesting stuff. Psychological operations should be planned carefully. In that, even a tactical message with modern news media can spread worldwide and be treated as the policy of the United States. The U.S. Army is responsible for military psychological warfare doctrine. See the World War I section for an example of how tactical leaflets not properly coordinated can cause national level harm. The message to be delivered can be adopted to tactical situations, but promises made must be consistent with national policy. U.S. PSYOP forces are generally forbidden to attempt to change the opinions of U.S. persons, citizens, residents, and legal entities in any location globally. However, commanders may use PSYOP forces to provide public information to use audiences during time of disaster or crisis. Information support to a non-combatant evacuation operations (NEO) by PSYOP forces to provide evacuation for information to U.S. and third country nationals that would adhere in the order. The use of PSYOP forces to deliver necessary public information to the U.S. audiences was established in relief activities after Hurricane Andrew in 1992. Psychological operation units. The majority of U.S. military psychological operation units are in the Army. So the Army, the ones that have been recruiting, we are an army of one. White PSYOP can come from the Voice of America or regional radio TV. CIA, Central Intelligence Agency units are apt to have responsibility on a strategic level for Black and some gray PSYOP. White PSYOP, especially at the strategic level, comes from the Voice of America or the United States Information Agency. See, so I'm going to be honest with you. I never heard of this Voice of America, but we're going to the VOA. We're going to open up another, you know what I'm saying? And VOA. Looky what we found here. Headquarters, Wilbur G. Cohen Federal Building. The director, John Lipman. Interesting last names of these characters. The VOA or the VOA is an international radio broadcasting state media agency owned by the United States of America. It is the largest and oldest of the U.S. international broadcasters. Well, we're broadcasting here live too. This is the Society of Luminaries, broadcasting live and direct straight to your eardrums, out these loudspeakers in high definition and high voltage. We are the resistance. We are the uplifters. We are the change that people are looking for. We will make the difference right here, right now. Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. The VOA, however, produces digital, TV, and radio content in 48 languages, which it distributes to affiliate stations around the world. So we should look up to who these affiliate stations are. Because it's telling you right here, right now, that what they are doing and what their intentions are. It's not a secret. That's why they rule by secrecy. And this is not no conspiracy, anything. This is what it is. Its targeted and primary audience is non-American outside of the U.S. borders. As of November 2022, its reporting reached 326 million adults per week across all platforms. It is financed by the U.S. Agency for Global Media after the approval of the Congress. See, this is another entity that one should know about. You see, and this is how I like to do my research. Start at the bottom. Start at, start at the bottom. Get it from the mud. You know, we're reading here, but then we got to here. Now we're gonna read. We're not gonna read right now, right here. But the point is, that this is what we will read about this later on, and we will come back to this because there's much to dissect here. We will continue back here about the in the United States. No, yeah, in the United States Department of Defense, psychological operation units exist as the Army's 4th psychological operation group. Look at their imagery. Look at their Latin their Latin. Oh yeah, we're gonna read all this gang terminology later. The 8th Psychological Operations Group. Well, look at another lightning bolts. And what else I see? Decisive influence. Oh yeah, we're gonna read all. As a matter of fact, we're gonna open these right now, and we're going to just keep these uh decisive influence, distinctive unit insignia. Oh yeah, we're going to break all this down. Hope you guys like it. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, come through. Let's build this community. Let's build our knowledge, our wisdom, our strength, our forces, just like what they're doing. And Air Force with commando solo units. We need commando solo units, man. Under the Air Force Special Operations Command's 193rd Special Operations Wing, the United States Navy also plans and executes limited PSYOP missions. United States PSYOP units and soldiers of all branches of the military are prohibited by law from conducting PSYOP missions on domestic audiences. Okay. Okay. We're gonna have to read up. We're gonna have to confirm this. It says 8 and 9. Okay. 8 says Rumsfeld, huh? We've heard about roadmap to propaganda. That's what that's the word that has been that we haven't mentioned it. That's the elefante in the room. What's 9 say? Psychological operations. See, these are the things that later on we might get into if spirit leads us, or if the people, the public, our audience deems it necessary, or it's out there now. If you find this interesting, you can go buy the book and become, what I mean, the master in this realm and in this field, and teach others. What I mean? Maybe that's all a luminary does, is inspire. What I mean? So shine, get that light out. Let us continue. While PSYOP soldiers may offer non-PSYOP related support to domestic military missions, PSYOP can only target foreign audiences. This is a lie. That's a straight up lie. It is worth noting that this does not rule out PSYOP targeting foreign audiences of allied nations. In the Information Operations Roadmap, we're going to bring this one out too, man. We got a lot of research to do. I don't know if you guys are going to stick around for this, but we are going to break this down. This all goes back to the propaganda and that they've been doing for a long time. Edward Bernays. That's these guys are doing. They just researched Edward Bernays. Made information made public January 2006, but originally approved by the defense Rumsfeld. So that's what we were talking about in October 2003. And this is just this is recently. This is recent times. It stated information intended for foreign audiences, including public diplomacy and PSYOP, increasingly is consumed by our domestic audience and vice versa. You see that? It's like hip hop. Hip hop is a PSYOPs operation. So a lot of y'all hip hop heads that promote hip hop, you need to stop. Hip hop is not this great instrument that this and that. That's just that what you want to feel. It makes you feel good to believe that you're a hip hop head. But if you're a realist, you would be like, oh man, you've been bamboozled. You've been wearing Adidas. You know what I mean? Germans brothers and Nike German. I mean, bro, I don't even want to get into that right now. We're gonna get into that later on when we start triggering different folks. The army. I remember the GI Joe commercials, and it's very important. Knowledge is half the battle. This is what we're doing right now. You know, knowledge is half the battle. Knowing is half the battle. Then you got the other half. Army. Until shortly after the start of the war on terror, the Army psychological operations elements were administratively organized alongside civil affairs to form the U.S. Army Civil Affairs and Psychological Operations Command, USACAPOC. USACAPOC. Forming a part of the U.S. Army Specialist Operations Command. And this is their structure. You can see how. See, this is exactly gives us of understanding of what we're dealing with. Not that the army is our enemy, but just that the beast has a structure, and all we have are emotions. All we have are intentions. And some of us have a little bit of structure, but we don't have this ultimate or complete structure. We're not there yet. And many of us, we want to play like we do. We want to act like we do. And we might have more than others. But to really rise up, we have to start at the foundation. I would even say below the foundation. The digging up process. We need to dig up and dig out so we can lay something new in place. Let us continue. In May 2006, the USCAPOC was reorganized to instead fall under the Army Reserve Command, and all active duty PSYOP elements were placed directly into USACOP. See, they're always restructuring. They're always in improvement. They're always, getting better. While we're fighting not going back. go to our old habits, to our old ways, to our old thoughts. While reserve PSYOP forces no longer belong to USA SOC, that command retains control of PSYOP doctrine. Operationally, PSYOP individuals and organizations support Army and Joint Maneuver Forces or interagency organizations. See, there's a lot to break down, but we're not going to go there right now. We just want to get the ball rolling, set the tone. The next 6 months are key, and they all start with today. Today is tomorrow. Army psychological operations provide support to operations ranging from strategic planning down to tactical employment. PSYOP units generally support corps-sized elements. Tactical psychological operations companies typically support division-sized elements. With tactical control through G3 brigades are typically supported by a tactical PSYOP detachment. The PSYOP commander maintains operational control of PSYOP elements, advises the commander and general staff on the psychological battle space. The psychological battle space. This is what we're dealing with. Everything that you've ever watched on TV since you were a child. Let's throw in there Sesame Street. Why do you think that Sesame Street always had these celebrities go up on there? And if you notice and you look and you start researching what these celebrities mean, stand for, or who they vote for, you see a pattern. Let's start reading the patterns. Many don't understand that there ain't even that there is that there is even a matrix. Many don't even know who created, who, like the story, the Matrix. Many believe that those brothers wrote the Matrix. Shout out to Sophia Stewart. Sophia Stewart didn't only just write the Matrix, she wrote the Terminator series also. And the Terminator series and the Matrix series are the same series. They're combined, they're joint together. But that's another topic for another discussion. The smallest organizational PSYOP element is the Tactical PSYOP Team, TPT. A TPT generally consists of PSYOP Team Chief, Staff Sergeant or Sergeant, an Assistant Team Chief, Sergeant or Specialist, and an additional soldier to serve as a gunner and to operate the speaker system. Wow. Specialist. A team is equipped with a Humvee fitted with a loudspeaker and often works with a local translator indigenous to the host or occupied country. Generally, each maneuver battalion sized element in a theater of war, another key word and phrase that we need to get more familiar with, or operational area has at least one TPT attached to it. You see, so they know what they're doing. Look at their insignia. The U.S. Army PSYOP branch of service. Looky, looky, looky. So they got a knight chess piece with that lightning bolt always there. And what's this one say? Persuade, change, influence. Well, damn it. That's exactly what we're doing right here, right now. Yeah, this is by choice, not by force. Yeah, yeah. U.S. Corp branch insignia. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing right here, man. Great information. Great information. This is a great day to learn. This is a great day to change. This is a great day to get active. This is a great day to really be about it and be the change that you want in this world. Stop looking for somebody else to or stop looking for a savior. Now, if somebody gives you that helping hand, somebody gives you a boost, somebody gives you the key, like what we're trying to do here, then it's a great day. We are fulfilling our purpose. All active duty PSYOPS soldiers must initially volunteer. What I told you, this is by choice, not by force, for psychological operation assessment and selection. They're not going to choose just anybody. You can't this ain't no gang where you could just jump in and they'll jump you in for 20 seconds or 50 seconds or 2 seconds or whatever seconds that gangs choose nowadays because of the block or the number that they. No, this ain't strength by number. This is psychologically chosen and selected for assessment, held year round at Camp Mackle. Where's this at? Richmond County in Northern. You might have to look up. Oh man, there's just too much information and too many secrets. We're not trying to tap on everything. We're just trying to make today game worthy. Yeah. Upon selection for psychological operations, soldiers then enter the psychological operations qualification course. Wow. Then you got to go through another hoop or Q course. Yeah, we're going to have a Q course. Yeah, anybody that I'm dealing with, you got to pass this Q course. I'm not just dealing with you just because you know this or that. Consisting of special operations, language training. What I told y'all, one is none. One is none. And many of y'all don't even know English. You think you know English. Using words like nice. I'm not a nice guy. You ain't gonna find nice over here. You gonna find the opposite. You gonna find a strategic warrior over here. Y'all can be nice. Language training, advanced cultural and regional studies, MOS specific training, special operations particular training along with a culmination exercise with which incorporates and validates the new skill sets attained by the soldiers. That's what we need to do, have new skill sets. And I invite brothers and sisters that find value in this, that hear and know that this is what we need to know. This is exactly not all that other rhetoric about this and that and people and things that can change, things that can be changed by depending on how you see it or what school of thought that you come from or what doctrine you believe in. Never get nothing done. You'll never go platinum. But if you're a brother and a sister that understands that we're on the right path over here, then come on, share what you got, share your knowledge, or come learn together. But you will get tested. At the conclusion of the Q training, the POQC, the new PSYOP soldier, is typically assigned to either the force psychological group That's the one we seen earlier. Think we got that. Here you go. The fourth psychological group, or the eighth psychological group. Now I don't know why they skipped the 1, 2, 3, and then the 5, 6, 7. But 4 and 8 are running mates. So I don't have the information there. I just see an observation. Certain reserve soldiers serving in units designated as airborne or also required to attend airborne training. While language training and airborne qualification for PSYOPS soldiers assigned to non-airborne units is awarded on a merit and need basis. A U.S. Army Field Manual released in January 2013 states that inform and influence activities are critical for describing, directing, and leading military operations. Several Army division leadership staff are designed to planning, integration, and synchronization and designated information related capabilities. See, this is all we're doing here, man. We're informing and influencing to act upon at a later time. This is public information, basic Wikipedia, and we're just checking it out. We're just checking it out. Let's read a little bit more. Let's read a little bit more. Now, you know what? Yeah, this is the psychological operations in the matrix. They rule by secrecy. What you don't know will hurt you. This is all real hush hush, but it ain't. There really ain't a lot of secrets out there. It's just that a lot of people are over entertained. What was that one movie? I haven't even seen it yet, but I know that that scene is, are you entertained? I used to be deep into this. All I cared about was entertainment. From movies to video games to toys, and then you grow out of that. Then you move on to your adolescence age, where you all you care about is sports and girls, and running with the boys, and causing a mess, because that's what we seen on television, and that's what we believe in. And also the influence of our parents, that they say that that's part of the process. Things that what we say, well, he's an adolescent, that's what they're supposed to do, and that there is a wrong answer. Because if we study history, we see that other cultures, other people at 14, 15, they're not messing up, they're building. Now, I'm not saying that to criticize. It's just a critique. It's constructive. It's not out of resent. We don't hold resentful feelings anymore. We're not on the victim role. It was what it was, but it is what it is. And it will be what it will be. But that all determines of what we do on a daily basis. Many of us talk a good game, but are steadily doing not the most fruitful thing. But I hope the very best for each and every one of you. You are loved, you are cared for. There are, just like there are spirits and entities and energies that are the opposition, that want to put a knee on your neck, hold you down, keep you in place. There are also energies, entities, and spirits that want you to be the very best you that you can be. So when we transition, we go to a better place. Unless you so choose that you want to come back and you want to continue the fight. I kind of feel like this realm is what this realm is. It's not meant to be fixed. It's perfect as is. There is balance. I just told you that there's this side and there's that side. You could get with this or you could get with that. You could get with this or you could get with that. You could get with this or you could get with that. But I think that you should get with this because this is where it's at. Thank you very much, beloved. I love y'all. Please drop a like, share, subscribe, join the community. Uh, but if not, I wish you the well. I see you when I see you, or I'll see you when the smoke clear. Stay strong, stay up. We will win the race at a turtle's pace. Before you can fight the power, you must first gain the power to fight. God bless y'all. Take care.